Hi, I'm Jason Laster. I'm an engineer on the Firefox DevTools team working on the new debugger. And in this video, we're going to get started. So first thing we're going to do is go to the debugger HTML directory and run yarn start. We use yarn as a substitute for npm because yarn gives us some guarantees that whenever the project's installed, it's going to be installed with the right dependencies. It's also new and shiny, which is fun. When I run yarn start, it starts a Webpack development server, and that's running port 8000, and it also starts in a debugger example server that's running on port 7999. I can go to another tab, go back to the debugger, and run yarn run Firefox. Now I'm going to start Firefox so that we can debug this one instance and make the connection to it. It's nice to run from the terminal because it's just a little faster. And when Firefox opens, we can go to localhost 7999 and then to do MVC. We have a couple other nice demo apps that are kind of fun. I spend most of my time debugging to do MVC. I'm also going to open up Chrome in the same way, and this is going to allow the debugger to connect to Chrome as well. So we got Chrome here, we got Firefox, and the last thing we need is the actual debugger. Come on. Well, that window's being annoying. I'm going to go to localhost 8000. And now we've got the debugger server running over here, and we've got our two debuggees, Chrome and Firefox, right here. And the debugger shows us the tabs we can debug, Chrome to do Firefox. If we had a running Node app, we could debug that as well. And it's pretty easy to do that. So in this example, we're running Node to run Webpack, but we're pausing on the first line. And go back over here and refresh. We can also debug Webpack. So now I'm going to say I want to debug this tab, and it's here. So if I pull this out, we've got the debugger talking to Firefox, and we can do whatever we want to do. We can view a source, add a breakpoint, obviously step, etc. What's really powerful about this model, though, is that because we've got the debugger running as its own web app right here, Webpack dev server, we could add hot reloading, all this other really nice features, but it's basically just a web app. And because it's a web app, we can debug it. So it's also worth pointing out right now that I'm using Chrome to debug the new Firefox debugger. What do you want to take away from that? Moral of the story, it's a web app. You can use Firefox, you can use Chrome. I want to use Chrome here to show that it's possible. So I've got the debugger debugging the debugger. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump to the editor component. Now, we built the new debugger with React and Redux, and that's really, really powerful. It makes the code much easier to find, and if you're familiar with React, then this should look very similar. If you're not, the important thing to take away from this is that React has this idea of a component, and so all of our components, the tree here, the editor, these tabs, everything is a component. And if you want to work on any component, you can just jump in and likely get started. So what I want to do is I want to see how this on gutter click thing works. Oops, got ahead of myself there. Got a lot of breakpoints. Let's just clear those. So if we're looking for the click handler in this gutter to see how breakpoints work, we can just go to the editor and scroll until we see something that looks like a handler. And in this case, on gutter click looks like a handler. So I'll just put a breakpoint here. And then when I go to click on a gutter element, it's called with the line number I just clicked. And then I can step in, toggle breakpoint. And you can see that we call this function remove breakpoint or add breakpoint. And that's what actually adds it. Or in the case of removing, that's what removes it. It's basically that simple. So yeah, if you want to make a change to the code, well, you can do that too. I've got the project open here, and I'll go to the editor component, and we can scroll for on gutter click. And what I'll do here is, I don't know, this is dumb, but hi, I'm here. Yo. And with hot reloading, when I click on this gutter, oops, there we are. It's just there, no need to refresh. This is a really powerful model, of course, because you can just work really quickly and then see your changes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this intro, and I hope you pull it down and have a good time messing around with the debugger. Debugger Inception is my favorite form of Inception, and if you have some insights, thoughts, questions, whatever, please give me a holler. Bye-bye.